Welcome to the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, and today we have quite a few Hasbro items to talk about and some other cool things, but first up we're going to talk about Transformers, and finally Hasbro has put up the Transformers. I believe it was this Monday they put them up, not Tuesday, Monday surprisingly. They put them up. These are the import ones from Takara Tomy, so this is the Missing Link D01 and D02 Soundwave, which is the G1 toy version, the animated version. This is really cool because the toy version comes with Auto Scout, which is one of the characters that was, unfortunately one of the few Transformers that died in the series. And then the animated one comes with the Cybertron Laserbeak, which is really cool. We also got the Cosmos and Soundwave, very heavy Soundwave wave. That was funny, from Earthspark. So if you missed them here in the States, which I don't even think Cosmos came out in the States, but Soundwave did, now you have a chance to get them. They are about 35 instead of the usual 28 for deluxes, but that's because they have better paint apps and they're an import. And then we also got a combiner using the Predaking mold, but as Autobots that are like Police Squad. It's pretty interesting. This is not, our mainline kind of Transformer stuff. This is more of like a high-end collectible, like I think 3-0 or stuff like that. And then we got finally the Destron Rhinox, I think is how you say it, which is the evil version, I think, of Rhinox, which is really cool looking. It has his beast monster mask. And then we have a reissue that is long overdue with that of the Runabout from Transformers Earthrise. This was a Target exclusive originally. Now it is a Pulse and fan channel availability to buy this. Unfortunately, as of recording, it did pre-sell out along with his counterpart that was on Pulse for a while, Runamuck. But they both are, the links are in the description down below, along with everything else available this week for them for when they come back in stock. You could also get them both, I believe, on Entertainment Earth. I think BBTS has Runabout right now. But yeah, some really cool Transformers stuff. So we might see some other reissues as we go down the months leading to the end of the year, because we just got the Power of the Primes Optimus Primal, or Optimal Optimus Prime, and now we got this, so it looks like we're getting reissues for the fall, so that's really cool. I know Marvel's doing that, and we're going to talk more about that in just a moment. And in some Marvel toy news, like we were talking about just a moment ago, there is a reissue of Mysterio on the Spider-Man card back, retro card back. This is not, I don't think this is the animated version that came out at Walmart. This is the redo of the comic version, so I think this was like the second Mysterio on this mold, but it looked more, colorful than the previous one, which is more darker, and then the newest one, which is animated, which is way brighter. You have your pick of Mysterios, but really cool for anybody who's looking to get this. And like I said, this is a reissue, and there are two other reissues planned, that of the Venom on the retro Spider-Man card, and I believe the Lizard on the retro Spider-Man card. So that's cool to see those reissues coming back out. And then when it comes to new things, the MTG figures we talked about, Magic the Gathering figures we talked about during Comic-Con, they are available to pre-order now, with that of the Twilight Captain America, Sue Storm as Malagith? I can never say the name right. $20.99 Doctor Doom, and then the Amazon exclusive Black Panther with his Infinity Gauntlet, and they all come with Magic the Gathering cards. They're really cool, so those are all up and ready for pre-order. Along with the Mysterio, he's a fan channel Hasbro Pulse pre-order exclusive, so that's really cool. But I think out of all these, I'm really excited for the Black Panther. It looks really cool. I think it got #1 best-selling action figure on Amazon the week it came out, so this week, which is pretty cool. But yeah, if you want to pick them up, they're available now. And in some Star Wars news from Hasbro when it comes to Vintage Collection and Black Series, we got quite a few items. We got some Mandalorian Grogu stuff for the Black Series Vintage Collection. There was some, I'm just gonna say, chaos and misinformation with this. Hasbro even had to make a post about it, saying sorry for the misinformation, that's on us. But they told us it was one price at Comic-Con. They told us it was gonna be, one way. There was a lot of issues with it, to the point where a lot of people in the toy community talked about how this was totally, it's one thing to get a date wrong, it's one thing to get a store exclusive where it's gonna be wrong, it's one thing to get the price wrong, but when you get everything wrong with a product and you tell us one thing and then you completely change it up, that's just bad business. So there were a lot of people upset about that. I, for one, am not collecting a lot of this stuff. Usually I only go for Clone Troopers anymore, and maybe some Jedi and Sith and droids. So I wasn't too interested in these. I do think it was the AT-ART, whatever the walker is. I thought that was pretty cool, but I have the one from the 501st. So it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't really feel like I need this. I've got a version of it. And then we also got some Halloween Star Wars figures that went live at Walmart, with that of the Invisible Man Tusken Raider and the Creature of the Black Lagoon Mon Calamari. These are available at Walmart right now for pre-order, along with the other two items that have had a lot of chaos around them. But yeah, definitely, you know, hoping for more Clone Wars stuff. I know they said they were going to do more Clone Wars stuff after they dropped the Walmart 2-pack of, was it Hardcase and Dogma, and then we got that Walker, and they're going to be doing more for that stuff. So hopefully we get Wax and Boyle, I think it is, from the 212th, and all those characters and stuff like that. But yeah, if you want to get these figures, they're available for pre-order right now. I think the Walmart ones actually are shipping too, so that's pretty cool. And in some real quick G.I. Joe classified news, there was an item that went up for pre-order this week. It was that of a vehicle, and it was the Sergeant Slaughter with Triple T, I believe it is. We saw this at Comic-Con. It went up for pre-order this week. It is really awesome. You can have, you know, it be more classic looking by taking the windshield off, or you can have the windshield on. It comes with all kinds of cool features. It could do the old version where you can pull the back and you can like work on a little computer in the back. The Sergeant Slaughter figure that comes with it is really cool. It's cool to see him with like a helmet and his hat. And I like the outfit he's wearing this time around. It's pretty cool to think that we are getting these kind of figures with these kind of vehicles now. So we're seeing more vehicles as time goes on. We just recently had the Crimson Snake Armor drop for anyone who needed that, because the original Snake Armor kind of went pretty fast. And then we had the Desert Vamp. So it's really cool to see that in a way you can get vehicles that you might have missed in different versions, and then also we're getting all kinds of new vehicles. I really like all the details with this. The price is a bit, you know, up there. It's $110, I think. So I think the Vamp was $90 when it, or $100 when it originally came out too. The Off-Striker was, I think, around $80. I mean, not that, was it the Off-Striker? Is that the little dune buggy? But yeah, so it's interesting to see where the vehicles, I think this is about the same as the Destro one, so it's interesting to see. I think that might be the new price for like the medium-sized vehicles, whereas like the Trouble Bubbles and stuff like that are more like 60. These are 110, and then we have the big ones like HasLabs that are about 300. So definitely a bit pricey, but still really cool to see that we have it in the line if you want it. And a company I really love to support and talk about on the channel is that of Big Bad Toy Store and their Big Bad Workshop line of stuff when it comes to their figures. And they are starting a new program called the Big Bad Launchpad, which is part of the Big Bad Workshop and the Big Bad Toy Store. And it's kind of like a GoFundMe thing, but more in the sense of they're being more open about the process and what happens. So based on the number of pre-orders they get for items, they'll unlock other items, they'll unlock add-ons because they see the demand is there. I think this is pretty cool, and I, for one, am excited for this, you know, system that they're running and how they're doing this. They have been improving their website a lot from when I first started buying from them, when it comes to having the wish list, I think it is, where you can buy items, and when they come back in stock, they'll put them in your pile of loot as a pre-order, to their having a save for later, which is very helpful when you're like trying to figure out in your budget and you're like, okay, I want this item, but I don't have the money right now, so I'll save it for later. And then when I get, you know, the funds, so they are always improving their site, improving the way their company runs, and just really doing an amazing job. So what's happening right now is the line that I'm most excited about, the NPC line, non-player characters. These are a line of background figure characters. The one I'm most excited about is, of course, the Anchor. But there's also a cheerleader, a mob boss, there's a SWAT/police officer, and this is just wave one, and they have all kinds of like breakdowns of what you can unlock as add-ons to the figures based on the amount that the community buys. Then they also unlock characters that you can purchase additionally, like different, you know, skin tones or packs that change up things. It's really cool. I'm very excited for it. It's live right now. I think it went live this week. So if you want to go check it out, definitely go to Big Bad Workshop's Launchpad and see everything. It also shows all their previous projects, like the Tick and the, there was some other lines, Operation Monster Force and all those different ones. It shows you how like they all have been funded, where they are at in production and stuff like that. It's really cool. So definitely check it out. Their stuff is incredible. Also, just buying on their website is amazing. The $6 flat rate shipping, the pile of loot, everything about them is awesome. So definitely check it out. And Boss Fight Studios is killing it with the Conan license. They just announced 2 new pre-orders, with that of King Conan, and I believe it's the Undead Thulsa, I hope I said that right. His arch nemesis, but returning as like a necromancer, kind of like lich thing, I guess. I feel bad I don't remember all the comics and stories of Conan, but this is a really cool figure. Even if you're not a Conan fan, these figures are awesome to have as like just a barbarian leader, or a lich red wizard from D&D. This is part of their Epic Hacks line, so these are the 1/12 scale, so about 6 inches figures, and they are just really cool. Like all the alternate pieces to change out things and all the different accessories, it's really awesome. So these are available for pre-order right now on BBTS. I believe you can also pick them up on Entertainment Earth and on the Boss Fight Studios website. They are really cool looking, lots of detail, lots of amazing articulation. I think they have the pinless joints like they've had with all the Boss Fight Studios 1/12 scale figures. They definitely jumped in at a good point when it comes to engineering and having their stuff, at top notch, collector, articulation and stuff like that. So I'm very excited for both of these. I believe they're a bit pricey. I think they're about $60 something each, I think. So they are in a bit of a higher price point, but they do fill it with accessories. And honestly, with the price of figures going up in general, more of these artisan toys like Boss Fight Studios, Four Horsemen Studios, Loose Collectibles, Icon Heroes, all these companies that have these figures that are about like, $35+ At this point, Hasbro is about $30. I think Mattel is managing to do really well at keeping their stuff budget friendly. I think their standard figures are only like $20-25 at the most, so they're definitely winning when it comes to the price. But you will see that the accessories and the paint apps, I mean, we haven't seen the DC stuff yet. We're going to see that next year, so I'm going to hold out for that. But at this point, most figures across the line when it comes to Hasbro are a bit pricier now. That these lines of figures, I could see spending about double that for something for like Conan, which is more of a I won't say niche license, but you don't meet a lot of people who know who Conan is, and even if they know who Conan is, they're not like super fans. So there is that, that in the licensing fee. So I get the pricing. But yeah, they are really cool. If you want to pick them up, they're available now for pre-order. And McFarlane Toys had an amazing set of DC figures drop recently. I believe they had the Catwoman from Hush. They had the Doomsday, which is really cool and detailed and paint apt. I believe this is from the Death of Superman, unless I'm wrong. And then I think they had the Batman, is it Nightfall? Or I can't remember which one, but it's the Batman where Bane, snaps Batman's back. They're releasing that Bane again. I believe these are, some new and some kind of reissue, but like I think they're slightly different. And then finally, the one I was most excited about was that of the Silver Age Robin that can finally go with the Silver Age Batman. Really cool looking figures. I believe, unfortunately though, they were McFarlane Toy Store exclusives. I don't know if they're going to go to BBTS and Entertainment Earth later on, but they were exclusive to McFarlane Toys as of now, and I believe some of them have sold out. I know the All-In sold out and the Robin definitely sold out, but the other 3, I think some of them are still in stock, some of them are sold out. So unfortunately, as of recording, I have the link for the DC Multiverse page down in the bottom of the description, so you can check it out. But they are, I think, mostly sold out, unfortunately. But they are really cool looking. If you manage to grab one, congratulations to you. It looks awesome, especially the Robin, because when you have it with the Batman and the Joker from the Silver Age, I'm sure they're going to look phenomenal together. But yeah, they are really cool. It's always cool to see how many things we're still getting from McFarlane, even as we get closer to the transition to Mattel. He's giving us so many amazing figures to end the line, and I just think that's incredible and very, he's a machine right now. He's just pumping stuff out. Him and his team are doing an incredible job towards the end. And comics this week that look incredible. First up, we have, of course, the continuation of the G.I. Joe Energon universe with that of issue 25, and it is Night Force 1 of 5. So this is going to be a 5-story arc focusing around Night Force and G.I. Joe and how everything is coming together. Very excited for that. Next up, we have a comic from, I believe it is Dynamite Comics, with that of Tailspin Number 1 is one of the Disney afternoon cartoons, and I love it when they make them into comics because it keeps that kind of, history going where you can kind of, it's not a cartoon, but at least you can read your cartoons now, which is really cool. This looks awesome. I already saw a bit of the preview on their Instagram, and it looks really awesome. The art is incredible, and the story sounds like it's going to be fun. And then finally, we have a Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man and Hulk, Fire and Brimstone. This is a really awesome comic. It's being written by some talented people, including Kevin Smith is working on it, which is really cool. And the part that I really like about it is that you see Absorbing Man and Sandman on there, but when you see who else is in it, it's hilarious. There's Molting Man, there's Stilt Man, and then there's, I think it's Plant Man, so they're all mans. It's funny. So it's, Spider-Man and Hulk going on like a buddy hero story, fighting a bunch of villains, which is just really cool sounding. I know a lot of people are like, oh great, another MCU tie-in. Really, we have to kind of separate that, because I feel like a lot of times, yes, there's the Hulk or the Spider-Man, the Punisher in the movie right now, but like when they had Wolverine and Spider-Man hanging out and doing stuff, that wasn't really an MCU tie-in. And Spider-Man and Hulk have had lots of adventures together in the past. It does help that is happening in the movies right now, but I don't feel like it has any reference to the movie, except for that the two characters from the movie that are very popular right now are in a comic together. But I'm very excited for this. I'm very excited to see the writing and the art in it. But those are the comics this week that I thought looked really cool. Let me know in the comments down below which comics you think look cool this week, which ones I should check out if I didn't, talk about them right now, which of these comics you might check out and you think are cool, and I will catch you next week with more books. And in our creative corner this week, we have a look at a very talented toy customizer, figure customizer with that of Ingray, I believe is how you say it, _customs. And they're on Instagram. Their work is amazing. You have all kinds of Star Wars stuff, but they do other things. These are a lot of the figures they have done. The things that really stuck out to me were the the Star Killers that they've been customizing. I love their version of Queen Amidala. I love that they have the Queen's escorts. Those look really cool. They have was it New Gunray and just some of the others from that. So a lot of Phantom Menace and a lot of game stuff, which is awesome, because we're not getting a lot of that from the Black Series. This is a lot of 1/12 scale stuff. They're an enthusiast there. But their work is incredible. You can see it all here. A lot of the prints they get from other creative people, some that we've covered here before, but all the things that are painted, all the finished product, that is all them. Their handiwork when it comes to painting and detailing, and their finished, project that just looks incredible. Lots of amazing stuff here. They even, I didn't even know that someone did a custom Slave Leia figure, so you could swap pieces around and make one, because we got the first one and we've never gotten one since then, because that's a touchy subject for Hasbro and Disney to make that figure, along with some other figures. But yeah, no, it is really cool to see all their work. So if you are a action figure enthusiast like me, if you love Star Wars, if you just want to see some awesome custom figures, and maybe you want to find out where they got the customs from, they always tag the creative people that do that 3D printing stuff. So definitely go give them a follow, give them the shares, give them the likes, give them the support, because I think their work is incredible. I will catch you all next week. Like always, stay safe, have fun, and just have a good time.